Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Learning YouTube channel. I am Rajesh Shetty. Today I am going to take you to CBSE Class 10 History Chapter 4. The name of the chapter is Industrialization, and today we are going to look into the first part of this chapter. As you all know, the previous questions and its answers are being dealt in this video in a very simple way. Let me remind you that if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon. You will get the notification of all my videos immediately. I request you to watch the video till the very end and give your valuable comments in the comment box. So we can move on to the first question of this video. The name of the chapter is Industrialization, and it is about chapter 4 CBSE class 10. The first question: why did industrialists of the 19th century prefer hand labor to machines? In Victorian Britain, there was no shortage of human labor. Poor peasants and workers moved to the cities in large numbers in search of jobs waiting for work. When there is plenty of labor, wages are low. So, industrialists had no problem of labor shortage or high wage cost. They did not want to introduce machines that got rid of human labor and required large capital investments. That is, in the 18th and 19th century of Britain, as you know, they were the leading industrially developed country in the whole world. They controlled colonies around the world, and the important cities like Liverpool, Manchester, Lancaster, etc. of England were the leading industrial cities of the world. At the time, there were no shortage of human labor. The peasants, they moved to large cities in huge numbers to get jobs and become a part of the industry. So, the industrialists were provided with ample scope of labor, so the wages were very low. That is, in many industries, the demand for labor was seasonal. Demand of gasworks, etc. were at a peak during the winter season. That is, many industries were really confined to certain seasons. That is the demand of gas. As you all know, as Great Britain is located in Europe, that is in very cold condition, the gas works were of great demand during winter season, and during the Christmas season, book printing were also required in large quantities. At the waterfront also, the winter was the time that ships were repaired and spiced up. So in all these industries where production fluctuated with the season, industrialists usually preferred hand labor, employing workers for the particular season. During the middle of the 19th centuries, the nobles and aristocrats preferred handmade products instead of industries. Handmade products came to symbolize refinement and class. They were better finished, individually produced, and carefully designed. Machine-made goods were for the export to the colonies. That is the main reason. For domestic use, the industrialists of Britain gave emphasis on handmade industries, and for export, they mainly depended on mechanized industries. In countries like USA, where labor faced shortage, machine-made industries came into prominence. Now we can move on to the second question of the chapter, that is, explain the peculiarities of proto-industrialization era. What do you mean by proto-industrialization era? It means it is an era before industrialization in Europe. Histories of industrialization very often begin with the setting about the first factories. We often associate industrialization with the growth of factory industry. Even before factories began to dot the landscape in England and Europe, there was large-scale industrial production for an international market. But these were not based on factories. Many historians now refer to this phase of industrialization as proto-industrialization. That is, as you all know, the most important aspect of industrialization is the setting up of first factories. That means we first remember about industrialization, or it is a synonym with the growth of factory system. But even before factories began to be established in different parts of Europe, there were large-scale industrial production, and it aimed at international markets, that is the colonies of the European colonial masters, especially Britain. But they were not based on factories. In the 17th and 18th centuries, merchants from the towns in Europe began moving to the countryside, supplying money to peasants and artisans, persuading them to produce for an international market. With the expansion of world trade and acquisition of colonies in different parts of the world, the demand for goods began to grow. But merchants could not expand production within towns. Traders had their own guilds and associations, and they monopolized the right to produce and trade in specific products. That is, it was therefore difficult for new merchants to set up business in towns. So they just moved on to the countryside or rural areas, especially in Britain. In the countryside, poor peasants and artisans began working for the merchants. Income from proto-industrial productions were supplemented by the shrinking income from cultivation. Thus, it allowed them a fuller use of their family labor resources. Within this system of industrialization, there developed a close relationship between the town and the countryside. Merchants were based in towns, but their work was done mostly in the countryside. That's the most important feature. In those days, the initial works were done in various villages of Britain, but they were converted to finished goods in London. That means the products which we believed to be produced in London were actually had its initial works done in the various countrysides of Britain, but they were converted to finished products in London itself. This proto-industrial system was the part of a network of commercial exchanges. They were controlled by merchants, and the goods were produced by a vast number of producers working within their family farms and not in factories. At each stage of production, 20 to 25 workers were employed by each merchant. Thus, the pre-industrial era in Europe is of great significance to the further establishment of industrialization in Europe. Please wait for the second part of this chapter, that is chapter 4 of history, that's industrialization. If you have valuable comments, please leave it in the comment box, and of course, for queries you may contact my number, and that is 9847368004. Thank you all for watching my video.